Hello, people. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope everyone's had a fantastic Wednesday. Wednesday is here, and Arsenal have actually signed a player. Yes, it's true. Arsenal have finally signed a player, and obviously, it is a defender. Let's be real. It's a defender. There's no other way to put it. However, it's a very decent signing for Arsenal. Very good for the center back option. Can play also right back if necessary. So in my opinion, it's very good. Arsenal have signed Ezri Konsa, basically. It's a here we go. He's going to do medicals tomorrow or day after tomorrow within the next 48 hours. And now the one question still remains. Will Arsenal, and there's no other way to put it, sign an attacker? Because that right now is the biggest question mark in terms of Arsenal, in terms of everything surrounding Arsenal. And every question that gets asked is right now that we expected us to sign a defender. But what about the forwards? Because the attack of Arsenal has been an issue for quite a while, and it still has not been resolved. So, people, let's talk about this. Smash the likes, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into this. Bless up, MRMK. Not gonna lie, the rumors going around for Yildiz and Konsa getting done this window is getting a bit exactly. It's getting quite exciting as well to a degree. It's getting a bit exciting, a bit interesting. So that definitely is gonna be very, very nice one. Should be nice. Smash the likes. Bless up Quaja every single time. Konsa is the according to ground duels and air duels won the better. Yeah, he did better than Gabriel and Saliba. Yeah, he has very good one-on-one and everything. Like, he looks like a fantastic, in general, replacement and potential rotational player. And bless up Gunnar SC for the membership. Bless up, my guy. Welcome. Another member joins the community. Bless up Gunnar SC. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Hope everything's fine in your world. Hope everything is great health-wise. Hope everything is... hope everything's great with everything. It sounds weird to say, but with family, with friends, and everything. Hope you are doing fantastically well, bro. Thank you for joining the membership. Big up, people. Big up. Give me a sec. Okay, we did that. Okay, I'm just sorting some stuff out. Give me literally 2 seconds. And here we go. Let's do this. Hope everyone's doing great. Bless up Gunnar C once again for the membership. Bless up, bro. Hope you're doing great. Big up Straight Cannon. Big up, my bro. Hope everything's fine in your world. Ezri Konsa, good signing for us. Now center back, cover for Saliba. Exactly. Cover for Saliba. Can play also right back. So that overall is fantastic news, no matter how you decide to look at it. But obviously today, during the day, Fabrizio Romano broke the news that he's joining Arsenal. £50 million player undergo the medicals within the 48 hours. And the thing is, 50 million. It was reported it was 16 beginning, and the new Aston Villa is not going to take anything less, and we got him for less. Same goes with Bruno Guimaraes, by the way. Newcastle want 85, Newcastle want 90, Newcastle 100. They're not gonna go lower than that, and somehow we signed him for 75. So this is starting to look very, very promising, especially if we get some more outgoings like Jesus, maybe Martinelli, Fabio Vieira. If they all go, and we can actually sign a proper left winger, oh my God, could this be actually kind of insane? This window could actually go from like 3 at best to 8, a solid 8, real goddamn quick. Bless up the assembled. Bless up, my bro. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Bless up, my like hyper protagonist. Hope you're doing well. I have to admit that we need a center back, and we got Konsa and Hincapié for the options as well. Exactly. Hincapié, left back, left center back, Konsa center back, right back. It works out very well. Very well. Very, very, very well. I'm liking the defensive depth. Now we need an attacking depth. We need a left back, right back, a left wing. Well, if you say you like defensive depth, yet we need a left back and right backs, that means we have no defensive depth. So that is kind of contradicting, I'm not going to lie. But we definitely need some forwards, 100%. 3 players from those positions will be perfect for us. We need to sell players. I think that is also a big thing we need to start to exercising quite quickly. Bless up Fusions.jazz. Bless up. Our defensive depth's absolutely wild. All of our center backs, our defenders are quality players as well. Yeah. All our defenders are quality players, and all of our defenders are center backs, ironically enough. All our right backs are center backs, all our left backs are center backs. We have center backs all across the pitch. And it was nice, to be honest, to see today rival fans crashing out over the fact, like, how many defenders do they need and everything. It was beautiful. It is 3 to 4 out of 10 for me. We need to add extra depth to our attack and now sell some deadwood. Exactly. That is the big thing. Bless up, Sayed. Bless up, bro. Hope you're doing well. If West Ham want to sign Reece Nelson, let them take him. Yeah, let them take him. Let Reece Nelson go to West Ham. Definitely 100%. Our defensive depth absolutely wild. Salmon, Gabriel, Saliba, Konsa, Timba, Calafiori, Quintabia. Exactly. God damn. Definitely. 100%. I was very surprised with that price. I was expecting Villa to go above 60. Same. Just like with Bruno Guimaraes, I was expecting 85 at least. And somehow we got him for 75. Now we are getting Konsa for 50. Well, 52 to be honest, or something like that. But it is what it is. Like, it's actually kind of nuts. News also came out. Don't know how reliable it is that Gyökeres agent offered him to Barca. Yeah, I don't trust those. To be honest. Until we get actually a proper source reporting them, I don't trust those. Let's be honest, Ben White and Simba aren't good enough at center back, even though they can't play there. Never said they were good. Never said they were good enough. For me, those both are right backs. But vice versa. Bless up, Woodpid. Bless up. I think Gyökeres is staying at... Wait, what? It makes no sense. This statement makes no sense, Quaja. I know, I think what you mean. He's staying at Arsenal, 100%. If Hinkapie and Calafiori are injured, then we will sit here and say we should have had a left back. No, we won't. Arteta will play Skelly there. Let's be real. Like, there are internal alternative solutions. Let's just put it that way. Like, there are ways. Bless up, Salsa joins. Let's go, champ. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. If City sells Savio and Marmoush to Spurs, also Gonzalez was rumored to Newcastle, yes, they might have their options ready for big signings. To be honest, they need to cover their expenditure. They have spent almost 400 million. They're inching towards that number without getting in too much money. So they definitely need to sell as well. It will be interesting what Spurs will do as well, to be honest. Bless up, Roy. Bless up. Okay, now can we get the striker, please? Exactly. Give us attackers. Give us attackers. Every single window we sign. Midfielders, defenders, and all this stuff. And you never sign attackers. Where are the attackers? Come on. If Spurs get Gakpo, Savio, Marmoush, how can we not get forwards in? To be honest, those type of players at Arsenal, not good enough anymore. I'm not gonna lie. My friend is also a Liverpool fan. He wants Gakpo out of the club like last year. He didn't even want him, to be honest. So yeah, some Italian reporters also reported that Arsenal are willing to pay 100 million euros for Yildiz. But Juventus say 100 million is not gonna work. It's not enough, and they're not gonna sell. Like those same reporters are saying that. So go figure. Bless up, Single. Bless up, Single. Hope you're doing well. Blessings, Cooper. Blessings. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. Skelly could get found. Like, stop finding faults at the team. Seriously, because every single time Skelly has played left back, it is what it is. We have 2 left backs at the moment. If push comes to shove, we can put Skelly there. But to start finding faults to a degree at the moment, it's also just nah. All these what-if scenarios, Arsenal definitely don't need to hit the worst luck in the world for all left backs to get injured at once. Konsa done deal. I smell left wing with capital Y in his name, and in his name is coming. Jeremy Pino from Palace. Doesn't know what's been the dog been up to, people. Well, he's been called one now, according to Arteta. I mean, really thinking about it, we haven't had a terrible window. Looking at the big 6, we need attackers. That is one thing we desperately need. We need attackers. Like, every single transfer window, we sign like 1 or 2 goalkeepers, 2 defenders, about 1 or 2 midfielders, and we just ignore the attacking part. For lack of a better word, in comparison, right? Can we just not? Can we sign a forward finally? A striker, how about another center back and a goalkeeper? Hey, it's the Arsenal way. Big up, Dr. Seymour. Bless up, my guy. Bless up, bro. Skelly isn't terrible. He's not bad at center back at all. Everyone was praising him in the breakout season at left back. How phenomenal he was against Real Madrid and everyone. Like, he's not bad at center back. Yes, he's better at midfield. There's no argument about that. But if push comes to shove, shit hits the fan, Hincapié, Calafiori are out for some weird reason. One is injured, maybe a red card or something. Yes, hell, he can play there for one game. It's not going to be as disastrous as people want to point it out, as people want to make, as we are so bad defensively or so vulnerable defensively that it's all gonna go down the drain. I mean, obviously, that goes without saying. Robo, I'm nervous about the right wing. We have no idea about Saka's health, which leaves Noni and Dauman. Noni is crap and Dauman 16, which means limited minutes. You are overthinking this. You are overthinking this, definitely. You definitely are, because looking at how Arsenal are doing the left wing department with Solis, at least for now, how he's looking, right? We are most of our goals we scored came from that side as well in the preseason. So we are also shifting focus and trying to spread the ball around, so to speak. Obviously, it is a bit of a concern because Saka has been a problem and a bit of an enigma in that regard in terms of how he's going to look after the injuries. At the same time, the question has been there for quite a while, and we still, despite all that, won the league. So if Saka comes back healthy, like, more power to us. Atletico Madrid are playing right now in their first league game of the season. Alvarez is not in the team or on the subs bench. Just saying, yeah, Diego Simeone said that at the moment he's staying at the club and he is not ready to start and play for the team as of yet. Whether it's a tactical decision or in spite of everything that has happened, that is a completely different story and different circumstances, which we'll never find out the truth. Let's be real. But at the same time, there's definitely something to it. Question: what is Merino's position now, a backup striker or midfielder? I would say both, depending on circumstances and situation, what we need, what is necessary for the team and how we are looking at it. I think it is both. Let's just put it that way. Bless up Cooper every single time. We bamboozled City with Madueke. Right wing isn't really a problem. I don't think right wing could be a problem, but it, in my opinion, is not as big of a problem as sometimes people try to make it out to be. Let's just put it that way. Obviously, Saka coming back from injuries is a question mark, but at least against City, he looked very good. So hopefully he can basically continue going on like this and improve. We should go through the first team to see how close to 25 are we, and also the first 11 plus 9 subs. Let's check this. Like, Arsenal's squad at the moment for 2026-27 season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Technically speaking, we have about 29 players, like, overall looking at it. If I'm counting this properly, we have quite a bit of squad. Yeah, Arsenal have 29-man squad at the moment. 29 man, it seems quite bloated, I'm not gonna lie. At the same time, it's 25 years old average age, which is very young, hella young, if you ask me. But Raya, Melia, Kepa, Tommy, Setford. Now, Setford, let's just say, leaves. Kepa potentially also leaves. That just leaves 2, right? Like, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Mosquera, Calafiori, Skelly, Timber, White as defenders, and now add Konsa. That is 30 players if you add Konsa. Zubimendi, Rice, Guimaraes, Merino, Odegaard, Eze, Fabio Vieira, Nwaneri, those are technically midfielders. Attackers, Martinelli, Tolis, Nelson, Saka, Madueke, Dauman, Gyökeres, Havertz, and Jesus. It is hella insane when you look at it that way. But we gonna sell about 3-4 players that I think, in my opinion, we gonna. Then we're gonna bring one more in. Dauman technically does not count in the main team because, well, he's in the youth team. He's not like officially with everything. So there are some exclusions and all this stuff. That's the thing. In Premier League, clubs can register a maximum of 25 senior players. But the catch is those 25 players they count as senior players if they are 21 years old or older. So we just said 30-man squad, right? Setford is 20, Skelly is 19, Nwaneri is 19, Dauman is 16. So that means 4 players are coming out of the equation already. That is 26-man squad. If we sell if we sell Nelson, if we sell Jesus, if we sell Fabio Vieira, that is 23-man squad, and we are golden. It's actually not that bad if we are looking at it from that perspective. It's actually not that bad. Let's just put it that way. Under 21 players, clubs do not need to register players who are under the age of 21. So technically speaking, it's really not that bad overall. It's actually very, very, very good. We are actually golden. Let's just put it that way. Especially if we sell, we are under the limit, which means we can sign certain players that are 21 or older and register them officially in the team. Smash the likes, people. Exactly. Smash the likes and subscribe. Is Konsa deal for Arsenal now? Yeah, it is, as you can see. It's a here we go for Ezri Konsa, 50 million plus add-ons, and the medicals are scheduled within the next 48 hours. So tomorrow or day after tomorrow, which just means that within the next 48 hours, officially, Konsa is going to become an Arsenal player, which is fantastic news because finally we will have a proper replacement. No, not proper replacement. We will have proper rotation until Saliba comes back, and Saliba is going to be out for a while. If Alvarez doesn't want to come to Arsenal, I don't want him. If his card is at Barca, nowhere else, he will undoubtedly perform worse with us. He might not even perform worse with us. The thing is, he might then use Arsenal afterwards to force a move to Barcelona, and that is something I will never ever want to see. I swear if Martinelli crying to stay for no reason, it all, by the way, stops us from signing Gildis. Big up Notorious Big Smoke. That could be an issue because Arsenal still want to sign a left winger. Like, Fabrizio Romano has spoken on this and has said that Arsenal are looking at wingers. They are trying to see if the right options is on the market. That is just vague statements that mean nothing at the end of the day. This is what it is. So there are conversations ongoing. Arsenal are exploring the market. I expect them to add something in that position. That is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Now, if Arsenal are looking at this could be good news. Let's just put it that way, right? This could be some good news that Arsenal are trying to add a left winger. Although, like a few weeks back, there were reports suggesting, right, that unless Martinelli goes, we are not signing left winger. So the truth most likely is somewhere there in the middle. Let's just put it that way. So we'll see how this is going to develop at the end of the day because there's still a bit of time. Let's just put it that way for lack of a better word. Our second team, I mean, will get Champions League. Do Dom and Sam and... No, they don't. Sam and Dom and Skelly, they don't. They're 21 or younger level, and they don't count. That instantly helps us big time. Big up, Luke. Bless up, Luke. We need now a left wing, but tell me who will be next after Konsa deal done. Well, everyone expects it to be Yildiz, because that is the guy that has been spoken of in the realm of Arsenal in terms of rumors, Yellow Page stories, suggestions, ITKs, tier 4, tier 5, tier 3 sources, the most. Is that the case? We have to wait and see. Bless up, Promise. Hope the night shift was good. Hope you had a day off today. When you went to sleep during the night, your pillow was extra cold. Bless up, my guy, and hope the Labradors are also doing fantastically well. For me, Yildiz is the best possible option for Arsenal. Arguably, yes. Obviously, Arsenal are not going to go for Kvaratskhelia. So, out of the rest of the options like Leao, Williams, Rashford, Mudryk, Neto, and all these guys, Yildiz is the best option in my opinion. And yeah, please like and subscribe. We are loaded and we are unloaded. 29 players that still less than Chelsea somehow. Some reports say Arsenal ready to go all out. If that's true, our chances go up. Hopefully, we need that left winger. Big up, Darren. Big up. Big up. Bless up, Woodpit. Bless up, bro. Hope that helped. Hope that helped. Bless up, Hendon. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Hope you're doing fantastically well. Hope you're doing great. Subscribe to Promise as well, people. Konsa is not a bad signing. Yeah, we need a mature center back who is solid and prem proven. Exactly. Experienced England international. And he was the best in 1v1 defending on the ground duels as well in the Premier League last year. So that definitely is going to improve our team 100%. 15 likes, people. You are legends. 20 minutes in the stream and 15 likes. Keep smashing them, people. You are legends. Keep smashing them. Let's get it up to 20 to 30. All that good stuff. Jurgen Timber is expected to return in September. Yeah, according to what's its face? According to Miguel Delaney, he talked who put out an update today that apparently Timber is gonna be back sometime September. When? After international break? Most likely, I would expect at least that. We get a here we go for defenders. Chelsea rejects in record time while we spend decades chasing attackers. Well, it's the Arsenal way, so to speak. It's the Arsenal way. Gyökeres does not want to go to Barca. He's not going to Barca. I wonder if Barca actually want him, are trying to unsell Gyökeres. I read today some rumors, and also on X there were some lists that if they cannot get Alvarez, right, Barcelona, they are looking at Luis Suarez from Sporting, but that deal has already fallen through. They are looking at Jose Perez, although not sure if that's gonna go and happen as well. And Gyökeres is like the third on the striker list they would like to go after out of like 6-7 strikers. He's third on the list. Is this true? I don't think so, personally, because stuff like this does not get leaked pretty much at all, in my opinion. These type of things usually nobody tries to, no sporting director openly admits. So that is just speculation from Barcelona sources, nonetheless. So let's go with that. Bless up, Sean. Bless up, Sean. Hope you're doing well. Bless up. Gyökeres ain't leaving. Exactly. Especially Jesus, that brother just happy it's right along. He's just... Speaking of Jesus, which really pissed me off today. Where is it? This. Here we go. Gabriel Jesus. I don't... according to Matteo Moretto, right? Gabriel Jesus is currently not open to the Napoli solution despite good something rather between the Italian club and Arsenal. The Brazilian striker is taking his time while waiting to understand the best solution for his future. Well, he can take the time till the 1st of September, and then we are stuck with him for one more year until his contract runs out. Come on, Arsenal, just be a bad boy for once and force him out of the club. Let's just put it that way. Force the move. Because if Jesus stays, I kind of get a feeling there is no chance in hell whatsoever we are signing a forward. That, for me, is one of the biggest worries as an Arsenal fan, looking at how that we lack an attacker and we need it desperately. Bless up, Straight Cannon, for the super sticker. Bless up, bro. Hope you're doing well. Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. Thank you so much for your generosity and kind-heartedness. Big up, my guy. And you are happy. We have signed Konsa. I can see that. Yeah, exactly. Gyökeres is not leaving. Our striker options: Tolisso, Gyökeres, Havertz, Jesus, Merino, Martinelli, along with the academy players too. And if we sell Jesus, if we sell Martinelli, that leaves 4, and that's still more than enough. Let's be real. Yildiz, Bark, Alvarez, or mystery player, and that mystery player probably is Pedro Neto or Mykhailo Mudryk or Rashford or Nico Williams. Deadline day release clause is one of those, and obviously I would take Yildiz. Let's just put it that way. I would take him definitely. The stories are coming from somewhere, could be made up. Exactly. Unless it's confirmed by somebody huge like Ornstein, like Fabrizio, all these Morettos, Marcas, Mondo Deportivo, Gazzetta dello Sport, Tutto Mercato, Nico Shira, even Crook, Mogbel, Delaney, what else is there? Fijalles, and all these just One year in, another year out. Don't listen to that until it gets confirmed by credible high-end sources. Mikel Timber is still injured, you say. That's the thing. They expect him to be back. But what means to be back? Because he can be back on physical training. Because at the moment, Timber is actually training on the grass, on the pitch. But he is not training in physical contact with the squad. He's training with some light training with the squad. But with physical contact, not yet. However, after international break, it's going to be exactly a month from now or a bit more, right? By that time, he definitely should be better. Let's be real. He should be good, hopefully, at least. If the recovery goes according to plan, there are no setbacks and all this stuff. Hopefully, the surgery has done the trick. We got our defender, Latvian. Can we now please get the attacker I was crying for? Yeah, exactly. Go get Yildiz so Promise can build him a statue in Iceland. Out of ice, he will sit there 6 fortnights and sculpt with a hammer and everything, and he will sculpt out a Yildiz in an Arsenal shirt. If Barcelona don't get Gyökeres, then it is. It at the end of the day is. They want everyone. It's just speculations. They just casting wide net in the hopes that Atletico Madrid will basically drop the asking price for Julian Alvarez. But Atletico Madrid's stance is clear. 170 to 200 million apparently for Alvarez, or, well, for lack of a better word, and excuse my French, piss off. I don't see Gyökeres wanting to leave. He cut his arm to come here, exactly. Plus, he won the league. Why would he leave Champions? When he plays one of the biggest roles, he scored 20 plus goals last season for us. Our top goal scorer. Come on. Please get attackers. Exactly. We need attackers. Jesus is generally becoming a problem. He's been a problem for a while. It's just now more evident than ever that we cannot even get rid of him when he's fit, technically speaking. It's all about the money. Exactly. Gyökeres rumors are just like MLS rumors, all just pushed for some random clicks and everything. Because at the end of the day, the clicks on these ITK journals pay. The more you click on it, the more pay they get at the end of the day. Bless up, Devlin. Bless up, brother. Hope you're doing well. This good move, signing Konsa. I see Mosquera playing center back with Gabriel Konsa filling in at right back. I think Konsa is going to play center back, and Mosquera might be a right back, to be honest. It could be vice versa. It just depends how Arteta sees it at the end of the day. Ben White is going to play now, I think, until he just can't. I wouldn't cancel my contract. I wouldn't cancel my contract either. It's his last contract. The big one, definitely, without shadow of a doubt. Nobody else is paying him $265 a week. Nobody else. He's blatantly bless up, Richard. He's blatantly going to run down his contract and collect the paycheck. We will get. Yeah, it looks that way. Gyökeres is not going to Barcelona. Exactly. Why is there so much case for Gyökeres? Like favoritism. Let's just put it that way. He scored 14 Premier League goals despite being hamstrung by Arteta dropping him, and also by negative tactics. Yeah, he scored 21, 22 goals in all comps. 14 goals in Premier League. The next biggest goal tally was, 9 goals? He was the only one in single digits. And he had the best debut season for Arsenal since Alexis Sanchez. And that was a decade ago more. Like, let's be real, people. What are we doing here? It's just pure favoritism. So this is what I found out about Kenan Yildiz, and you're not going to like it. It's even started on Juventus on Yildiz profile, and you... Wait, what? So this is what I found about Kenan Yildiz, and you're not going to like it. It's even stated on Juventus on Yildiz's profile, and you can Google it too. I have no idea what you mean. Genuinely no idea what you mean in that regard. With the issues he has, I know that's nothing special. Can't terminate his contract, yeah. He's been dealing with knee issue. I know, yeah. That worsened during his match for Turkey with heavy strapping and painkillers. This lingering tendonitis. I know all that. It's manageable. He's managing it. It's also very curable. So it might be good. Who knows? But it is what it is. Alvarez not in Let's Go squad. It's not interesting. Diego Simeone himself came out and said that he's not going to play the first game because he's not fit. Obviously, it's kind of ironic that it coincides with all the mess that he has created, right? But bigger chances than not, About 80% chance he's staying at Atletico Madrid. 20% chance most likely he's going to move, and it's not going to be Barcelona. Because Atletico Madrid are adamant that they are not going to sell to Barcelona unless they come in with like almost 200 million offer. Why would anyone in their right mind leave to... Exactly. Edu gave him that contract, and now we are stuck with him. There are some things that even Andrea Berta cannot fix. And people need to realize that, because blaming Berta for not being able to sell Jesus when he's on stupid wages and half of the footballing world cannot even pay that, not their issue, not Berta's issue. It's Jesus and Edu. And Jesus does not want to take less, let's be real. Jesus was worth it at the time. He and old guys, that was at the time. Right now, not so much. If you're on the bench, you are linked to a move out. Your agent all of a sudden talking. And to be honest, Martinelli was not even on the bench. Jesus was not on the bench. Nwaneri was not on the bench. Bigger chance than not, they all are leaving. The Nwaneri one's already confirmed that Arsenal are exploring loans. See what they definitely want to see what's going to happen with Nwaneri, because mostly they are more interested in loaning Nwaneri out than actually selling him at this stage. So we will see how that's going to resolve itself, because overall it could backfire big time. Definitely. I already signed a 6-year contract with 500 million release clause, knowing damn well he's using them as a stepping stone. He and his agent need... Well, it is what it is. Kind of shot themselves in the foot. It wasn't an accident that we started challenging. Yeah, Jesus worth 20 million, bro, just stays hospital time, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yildiz was very durable last year. Yeah, he was. The thing is, people say, oh, that knee issue, everything. Yildiz has come out and said himself that it's very easily manageable if push comes to shove. And it's not that big of a threat. Like, there are certain circumstances it can get a bit worse, but it's nothing threatening long term. Let's just put it that way. He's actually quite durable. Let's just put it that way. Maybe it wasn't last season. I'm sure this club investigating if we have interest. Exactly. And let's just check, because people like to talk about all this crap. Genuinely. I want to check this now. So this is the knee issue people are talking about, right? Regarding Kenan Yildiz. This is the knee issue that is keeping him out for all the time, according to many Arsenal fans that are talking regarding Yildiz. He missed one game for Juventus last season, sorry. He missed 2 games for Turkey this summer. Before that, he missed none of the games. Year before, 3 years ago, he missed 1 game with the flu. And if we go even further back, it's a completely different situation. Like, let's be real. His injuries are not that big of an issue at this instance. Obviously, at Arsenal, he's going to do a lot more running. It's going to be a more physical, more demanding. So that definitely could cause a long-term effect of one way, shape, or the other. But Arsenal would not be interested in him, obviously, if they are, like, properly, without scouting this, without looking at this, and without actually weighing out the odds of whether it's worth it or not. Arsenal are not idiots. Let's be real. Arsenal are not idiots. As much as we criticize them for being slow, for being very stingy sometimes and everything with the PR, they are not idiots. They know what they're doing. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. So it's Berta's fault that Jesus went from 9 to... Exactly. Allegedly, according to some Arsenal fans who want Berta sacked already, it is Berta's fault that he got put on those type of wages while he still was at Atletico Madrid. Insane logic, isn't it? Insane. This is favoritism in terms of Arsenal strikers. Joker is up there with Sanogo, Bentner, and Ketsia, if you get what I'm saying. I absolutely don't. Absolutely. I know what you're trying to say, but it makes no sense to me personally. I honestly think Eze could do a job at left wing till January, and we sign Rodrigo in January. The thing is, Rodrigo in January, he's coming only back around that time. Bigger chances than not. Not too big of a sample size to size up the potential prospect after an ACL that he's been out for 9 months almost. Like, not too much time. I'm out of here. Bless up, bless up. Enjoy the work. Leave it out. You can survive this. And catch you on Friday. Catch you on Friday, obviously. Also tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, also tomorrow there's going to be a stream, most likely a preview show for Coventry game. But yeah, on Friday we are doing the first ever watch along, like a proper one, serious one for the league or something like that on this channel. Arsenal versus Coventry, 8 p.m. kickoff UK time. Be there, people. Be there. My first ever, like, big one. Jesus is a piece of ish. He needs to get F out of the club now. He's been stealing wages from us for years with his no-knee self. Thing is, he does not play. He does nothing. Yet he gets the money. He gets treatment and everything. It's all, technically speaking, kind of for free. Technically, right? Not even that big of an issue there if you're looking at it from that point of view. Now, let's check what is happening with Arsenal, because there definitely are some more news regarding Arsenal, and for me, that is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's just put it that way. Well, here it is. This is what Konsa did last year. Let's just put it that way. Last year, Ezri Konsa was, where is it? There we go. Yeah. He's not stealing its business. They gave him the contract. Exactly. That's the thing. We instantly put him on that money. Like, what was the point? Why? I know he won with City and crap like that, but why? Like, that does not grant anything. Absolutely does not grant anything. Let's just put it that way. It should not grant anything, to say the least. Like, it should not grant anything in that regard. I don't blame Jesus, to be honest, that he's on those wages, by the way. It's annoying as hell. I blame Edu and partially Mikel Arteta that we are holding on to this guy for such a long time. We put him on those kind of wages ourselves. The only person to blame is ourselves as the club. Edu, Garlic, Lewis, and all these guys. For putting him on such high wages that right now, it looks nearly impossible to get rid of him. Maybe, but 45 million, 265 a week. Oh, bloody hell. 265 a week. It seems absolutely insane, if you ask me. Like, for that regard. Anyways, let's go to Konsa for a bit as well. Ezri Konsa, here we go. He's joining Arsenal tomorrow or day after tomorrow within the next 48 hours, well, 36 as of now. He is doing medicals. He's going to pass, let's be real. And he had the best ground duel success rate in the Premier League last season. Minimum 60 ground duels contested. First one was Konsa, 73%. Then is Van Dijk with 70. Gabriel, our own Gabriel, with 69.9%. Sven Botman with 68.8 and Joe Weltman with 68.8 as well. So we have bought actually another player who can tackle, who can pass, and do everything. He also had very high pass percentages, as well as Woodpit is basically saying in the chat as well. But yeah, Ezri Konsa is actually on a very, very proper center back, and I think he actually will fit into Arsenal's team very, very, very nicely. I think I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it definitely feels that it's gonna fit like hand and glove together. Definitely. Exactly. He's a great 1v1 defender, and absolutely cannot wait to see how he plays for Arsenal. Obviously, it's gonna look genuinely ass if it backfires big time, but I don't see it happening. Absolutely don't see it happening. Let's just put it that way. Like, if it does not work, it will be madness if it backfires, because it shouldn't. There are no signs that it should. Let's just put it that way. There are no signs that it should backfire. Give me a second. Are you going to do FPL on the channel? I do FPL on my own. I'm not too much into it. I just do it for fun in general. I have a colleague who does FPL at work. So that's about it. I don't join any leagues. I don't create my own leagues. Like, I don't know. Many people do it, but overall, it's not my thing. Let's just put it that way. Don't know about Great, but he's an East Londoner, so coming back to London he should be good. He should be good. For what we have bought him for, what he can do, and what he most likely will provide to the club, I think that is a very good sign. That's a very good signing, in my opinion. Very good. Let's see. And I'm just checking regarding Victor Gyökeres, right? Just checking regarding Victor Gyökeres. Most of the outlets that are confirming and suggesting that Arsenal are Gyökeres is pushing for a move to Barcelona are Spanish sources, and quite a few of them are ones that report exclusively on Barcelona. So make from that what you will. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, good. Like, there are lots of English guys with the squad as well. Like, it's gonna be great. I feel like the left winger will end up being Toli's backup unless it's Yildiz. At the moment, Yildiz is in a very good form, and even if we sign Toli, is in a very good form, and even if we sign Yildiz to a degree, it's very hard it will be to find a reason at this current stage right now, until the Premier League kicks off at least. We're going to chance to size him up against Coventry, against Villa, and teams like that, right? But it's going to be very hard to find an argument to drop him at the moment. However, for rotation, obviously, they're going to rotate. They're going to get subbed on and off to test it out. Unless we sign somebody, again, like you are saying, notorious, right? Like we are signing Yildiz. Not many players are going to be in front of him, because the way at the moment he's performing, what he has shown, at least in preseason, he has set the bar quite high. And for anyone who's want to come in and take his spot at the moment, even though he does not feel like he could be number one, but definitely he plays that he actually has a potential to take that spot, it's going to be a very, very tall order for anyone. No matter who you are, to be honest, at this stage. Well, obviously, unless you're like Kvaratskhelia or somebody like that. The nuts part is, though, we are talking about this left wing situation, right? We are talking about this left wing situation, but there are no links. Like, even if you think about what Fabrizio and what at least Ornstein have said, from what I understand, what I have gathered, is that Arsenal are exploring forward options. Arsenal are exploring left wing. Now, when you come to Matteo Moretto and people like that, they are suggesting Yildiz, right? They are suggesting Yildiz, not one of the big sources. So, I don't know. Maybe I am being too critical based on the pain that these people have caused me over the years when we follow and we are still signing Draxler for Young Villa, Awar, Gourcuff, and all these guys. Might be the case. There might be some sort of PTSD in that regard. Let's just say it like that. Yildiz is 20. Tol is 24. Yildiz is 21. If they both ball out, one of them will want to leave, just like Barcola. If they both ball out, we can definitely find some. We can maybe find some alternative solutions. Maybe, although we have Saka on the right, so it's going to be very interesting how that would work out. But at the same time, we need this type of stuff. We need competition as well for the teams. Because in the positions, because unless you have competition, you cannot push yourself further. You cannot actually improve yourself, and it's not going to be in the benefit of the team. Yes, it may sound weird that having two starting caliber players for one position, right? At the same time, you can get money. You will get money no matter how you look at it. Yeah, where's our yearly Draxler link? Exactly. Like, I'm still waiting from 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago, the mystery German that Team News and Tickets reported. Where is that mystery German? We have not signed a single German as of yet. Unless you count the Horseman or whatever, the guy that signed for under 21 to, or no, not sorry, the scout or whatever we are looking at from Borussia Dortmund. Do you believe Osman would be a better fit in the system than Gyökeres? Yes. Ironically, yes. It's obvious that there is no attempt to integrate Gyökeres in the system. In fact, he's being made to be the problem. Exactly. I think to a certain degree, Osimhen would be a better fit, in my opinion. But I'm not going to take any credit away from Gyökeres. He came in, he did the job, he helped us win the league, and if he improves on that also this season, like last year, he scored 14 league goals. If he scores 17 to 20, if he improves and he scores all comps 30, not 21, like nobody's gonna complain, although people are still complaining despite everything. So there are sometimes I get that feeling that people just complain for the sake of complaining. Let's just put it that way. I'm suggesting you to invest a proper microphone of your choice, especially for watch long session. Doesn't need to be expensive one. I have a $70 snowball. Let's just put it that way. I'm just gonna say it like that. Like I'm not gonna invest more money at the moment, especially in a situation where I have to send 2 kids to school in 2 weeks. Like no chance in hell. Let's just put it that way. At the moment. And everything, with everything that is going around. I think my mic is fine at the end of the day. I'm always listening back to my streams as well, and they are very decent quality. I don't mind it and everything. And it's very hard to improve on what I have at the end of the day, because I have spent a lot of money to have what I have, and to improve on that, I need to spend even more money, even bigger money. And for me to be able to get that, I need to have some passive income or extra income. And I don't have that. Like there are lots of things that go into play, especially when you have massive family and everything. Like you cannot do everything, because everything I purchased, to be honest, all my setup is 6 to 8 years old, by the way. It's not young, but it's still, in my opinion, very decent quality. I update it once in a while with some nooks and crinkles, like I buy something, I add and spruce it up, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, but at the time I was single. Right now I'm not single. I don't have these luxuries anymore. Let's just put it that way. I'm not complaining. I actually love it, to be honest. Who's to say they're not versatile and possibly start both? We need exactly. We can start both. We can mix and match and everything. Just like our midfield. We have such quality in the midfields I can do all together. Bless up, Quasha. Bless up. Bless up. Will Arteta play Gyökeres? Havertz is his. He will play Gyökeres. Arteta prefers just to play Havertz in these big games specifically, like Liverpool, like City. All these type of games he prefers to play Havertz. But in the other games he plays Gyökeres very willingly, to be honest. If you look at the last season, you sound very good. No need. At the moment, I don't think so too. Bless up, guys. Bless up for the support. Bless up. And Yildiz, I believe, played more games as a 10 and 9. Yeah, he did. He played more games as a 10 as well. He played quite a bit of games as a 10, by the way, last year. Quite a bit. And to be honest, seeing Yildiz in the 10 potentially, interesting. Bless up, Shadow. The problem with our players is actually the tactics in their previous clubs. Exactly. That's the thing. Whenever we sign a player and he has balled out in another league, another team, you always have to look at it. Because they're not going to play the way Arsenal are playing. Like, it's the same as, for example, people say, oh, look, everyone's saying Arsenal. Many people said Arsenal should try and sign Justin Kluivert from Bournemouth. He's not going to fit into Arsenal because he's not that type of player. He's not going to work out. You can sign players from different teams, but you need to take into account the system, the style, the tactics, and everything, how they play. Maybe a little echo. EQ will help. I thought you were using default PC mic. No, I'm definitely not. I have never used it. Even when I made other videos before everything, before I had the mic, I recorded audio and video separately. I recorded my video on my phone, at the same time recording audio on the phone and also on PC. Then I synced it up and everything, and edited in Sony Vegas and everything. When it all began, it was quite of a grind. Let's just put it that way. I don't believe he's a wing target. I kind of like we have not been linked too heavily with him at the moment. For years, we complained about not having a goal-scoring striker. We finally signed one, and we hear nothing positive despite having the best. Exactly. You just cannot please people. Genuinely, it's almost impossible. So the simple question is the system unchangeable, or have we brought the wrong players? Neither to be. Not neither. It's a bit of both. System is not changeable because Arteta does not want to change it. It can be changed, but he is not very willing to change it to such a high degree to fit the new players. At the same time, we have bought the right players, but we also have bought the wrong players. It's a combination of both, because you definitely can tell that there are certain players who were even here at the time when the system was changing, that their production, their output, performances has dropped. So it's both. We actually, every single player we have signed, technically speaking, could be the right player. The thing is, the system just does not suit them all the time. It works to a certain degree, but not fully to elevate their strengths and give the team maximum impact. The thing is, though, if we start to play that way, it would make us very open in other areas, which could damage us big time in the long run, like defensively and everything. It just strictly depends. It don't matter. Gyökeres scored 20 goals in the league. It's all about favorites, and Arsenal, Odegaard, Jesus haven't. The Odegaard propaganda is out. More on captain, they say. To be honest, Odegaard in preseason and even against Man City was fantastic. He was fantastic. There's no argument about that. But again, one game at a time. If he can perform like this consistently for the next 2-3 months, then we can talk about that he is back. He is actually the captain that we want to see. Because the Odegaard's performance against the Man City was the closest thing we have seen to the 22-23 season Odegaard. Hopefully he can get back to that, because that definitely would erase quite a bit of problems for Arsenal. And with Bruno Guimaraes coming in, that extra outlet in hold-up play, with Odegaard not having the necessity to drop that deep, because sometimes we saw him to drop at center back last year quite a bit, right? It might actually help us. Gyökeres benefited from Havertz getting injured last season, or else he would have played a lot less. I think we see that this season. I don't think so. I think Gyökeres has proved that he can do the job. The question is when it's going to be the most opportunistic time, so to speak, for him to play, and how we going to use him. And when he gets these maybe some a bit more constant chances, like few games back to back, will he take advantage of that to give the manager more headaches? Bless up, Jordan Heyman. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Bless up, Liverpool. Bless up every single time. Born captain with Rice, real captain Gabriel. Remember 3 years ago, we broke Arsenal's goal record, yeah? And we have most of the players we had back then, we have right now, ironically enough. So it's the players and the system. It's both, no matter how you look at it. For me, it's kind of both. I would love to see, for example, a starting 11 or a system where Gyökeres and Havertz can play together, like 4-4-1-1, where Gyökeres is the main guy and Havertz is straight under him, as a false 9, or 2-striker formation 4-4-2, where one drops a bit deeper, other one pushes ahead a bit more bullish style, something like that. That would be very interesting to see. Arteta, to be honest, has to protect quite a few players because last year winning the league came a bit of a very hefty price with Saliba, with Gabriel, with Rice, with Saka and Havertz and Odegaard to a degree as well, with quite a bit of players getting injured, and the most durable players who usually don't get injured for Arsenal got big-time injuries, right? Even Gabriel. So Arteta needs to get a bit more rotation, let's just put it that way. He needs to get in more rotation. Right now, looking at the defense, it shouldn't be an issue. Looking at the midfield, it also shouldn't be an issue. The thing is, when we look at the attack, it is an issue, unfortunately. That makes sense. Only the goalkeeper and center backs are the only players in their correct positions. Exactly. So, exactly, would you call our style? To be honest, I don't know. Like, for me, it's a bit of a weird one, definitely. But it is working. That is the nuts part. It is working. It looks quite unorthodox to a degree. It gets compared to the past, like Tony Pulis, obviously. It's a bit pragmatic. It's a bit conservative. It's a bit slow on the day, but it's working. So you cannot knock it to a degree as well. But would I like to see Arsenal play expansive attacking football like in 22-23 season? Yes, I would. But would I play that way if that meant we are winning nothing? No, I wouldn't. If it meant that we play like we did last year, for example, maybe a bit more attacking, right? And we still won the Premier League and maybe something else, I would. At the end of the day, the goal is to win trophies, not to be the happiest clapper in the world. Gyökeres attribute he never gets in. Don't jinx it. He was already a bit injured at a certain stage. Against Burnley, he got that injury and everything. Gyökeres the finisher. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's a finisher, and we kind of use him a bit wrongly sometimes, like for the link-up play. And you can see that he's not too comfortable passing the ball, even with his strong foot. And if we can find a way around that, and looking at that's why maybe we also brought in Bruno Guimaraes. How Tollis is playing, and we scored quite a few goals for a change also from the left side, not just from the right. It might be a solution to certain issues we had last season as well with that. Two up top would be interesting. Exactly. That would be very interesting for me personally to see how that works out. Obviously not for just one game, but I would like to see about like 5-6 games in a row. But if it's not working, don't force it as well. I remember Gyökeres being fed on the play chances last season. There were a few, but there definitely were much more chances that basically got ignored. There were quite a few times when he made runs in the lanes between defenders, behind defenders' backs, where Odegaard or Martinelli or somebody saw the run and just did not pass him the ball. That was very evident, and that was very visible. But he definitely could score more goals if we took more of a risk sometimes in the attack, and we would create more chances. But with the Arteta, obviously, the ball is everything is about safety, protection, retaining possession, and everything. Yeah, a lot of goals were very scrappy last year, definitely. Odegaard was sacrificing himself. Yeah, and Saka did that as well. He carried this team on the back. We were screaming for years to sign a backup until his body gave out, and it was not a pre-watch, was it? Well, it should be positioned for us. Sometimes he plays right wing sort of way for Norway. That for me is a very strange one, but it is what it is. Hopefully service to Gyökeres will be better. If he gets ball, he can hit first time, he'll be fine. Yeah. Last year, he had that issue that he didn't get fed enough. So in many instances, he had to rush the shot. He had to rush the chance, maybe not think fully through it. And he overcomplicated things sometimes. If we can actually get proper service on some somewhat constant basis and consistent basis right now, that definitely would disappear, in my opinion. I don't like Gyökeres playing that target man link play role. Plus having a poor touch, he tends to a bit of a wooden foot sometimes because he's not that guy. Like, we are using him a bit different, and that is not looking him to look in the best of limelight. Let's just put it that way. At the same time, even though it's not pretty, it's not working fully, it tends to work at times. And when it works, obviously, it looks brilliant. The thing is, it doesn't work always, and that's just not good. He is not that, as you're saying, GK, the target man out and out. He should be the finisher, fox in the box type of player, but it's not for us. Let's just put it that way. The idea is to entertain your customer, not of zero entertainment, and justify this by saying we won the trophy. To a degree, yes, definitely. Sometimes it feels like they should be playing for the crowd, so the crowd also can get behind the team. But at a certain stage, it also becomes to this zero entertainment football, because you can entertain to a certain level. Because if you entertain and you win nothing, like, no matter how you look at it, the fan base is gonna be annoyed one way or the other. Because if we play zero entertainment football but we win trophies, people will be excited that we won the trophies, yet they want also performances. If we play entertaining performances but we don't win anything, people gonna be even more annoyed. So finding the right balance in this is the key. And maybe Arteta will find it this season. At the moment, that's the only hope. On Sunday, I saw Gyökeres try Trivela pass. Oh, that was not a pre-watch. That was not a pre-watch. I'll just put it that way. That definitely was not pre-watch. But to be honest, yeah, this sport is about winning trophies, so I would like to win trophies. Gyökeres is a huge man for a footballer. He's enormous, near 200 pounds. And he's a big dude, let's just put it that way, and he tends to bully. Zidane took Madrid to 3 UCLs back-to-back, playing some of the worst ball. True, he did that as well. The way Ancelotti? Yeah, Ancelotti, yeah. And I'm now blanking on the manager. Won against Liverpool, the Champions League, just parking the bus and Courtois standing on his head. Like, it was not pretty. I got the job done. Guys that size aren't going to have reflexes quite as good as... Oh, definitely. That goes without saying. Having lower center of gravity and reaction speed and moving about definitely helps a lot. That's why Alex Sanchez looks phenomenal on the ball. But with big guys, unless you're somebody like Ibrahimovic, for example, definitely it's not going to be pretty. Because Ibrahimovic, for his size, the way he was built with the black belt, how he integrated that into his style, and the arrogance that he went on the pitch and how he played, oh my God, we might never see another player since. We might not ever, to be honest. And that actually would be quite interesting to see another Ibrahimovic potentially like that. But we are not, I think. We are absolutely not going to see another Ibrahimovic. Like, ever. Let's just put it that way. But it is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is. Is there anything regarding Arsenal now? Quick last note, because it's 11 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. UK time. I need to also get some Z's. I need to relax before tomorrow. Another hellish day at work awaits me tomorrow. Let me check. Let's see. Yeah, nothing new. Scammed into a league title. I didn't say to entertain. It must be a bit dead football. It is really a road Arsenal should be going down. We are, but sometimes it does not matter how you get there as long as you get there. So it is sometimes like that. And to be honest, that was more the story of the last season. This season, with no pressure, so to speak, without those issues, without that pressure, it actually could be good for us. So we're gonna get scream saying that we got scammed. Nah, we didn't. We had Sescon. That's the nuts part. We will never find out, but there definitely will be people who will argue that Šeško is a better play, would have been better suited for Arsenal. There are definitely going to be people who are going to argue that, despite the fact that Gyökeres helped us win the league. Let's just put it that way. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, people, for today, that's gonna be it. If you have not already, like the stream and subscribe. See you all tomorrow. We're gonna have a Coventry preview. We're gonna talk about the game. We're gonna talk about the team and everything. And obviously on Friday we have the first watch along. Let's be real, ever. Let's just put it that way. But for today, I'm gonna be signing off. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. I'm gonna redirect you to Normski. So Latvian Gunner in the chat. Enjoy your rest of the evening and see you guys very, very, very soon. Peace.